Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. I love this title. All right, so the Cowboys, Jaguars up 27-10. Coughed up the lead, lost in OT off a pick six. Tomo, what happened? Talk to us.
See, some things, Sunday starts off, games don't come on in the networks areas because, you live in DC and all of the Commander fans are going to laugh. You're like, ha ha, you watch a team you can't even watch on, on TV for free. Ha ha. You got to stream links when they're not on. Whatever. Red Zone shows Cowboys are up, 21 and it was like 21 to nothing or 21-7 at some point. I don't know. The score, I felt like the Colts did. I said, you know what? Family wants to go out. Let's go to the movies. We go see Avatar. We got this in the bag. I don't need to watch this. It's not on TV anyway. I don't know what happened. The long story short, I know what happened in Avatar. It was a good movie. That's what happened. Obviously, maybe Dak should have came to the movies with me because they left it all. They left it. They just left it there. Like, what is wrong with this team? What is wrong with this team? Like, seriously. Dak was having a great game up until like that third quarter. Like I had to go back and watch it because the text messages and everything, I was diluted by the nonsense that was coming to my phone. People was like, oh, he threw a pick six. Dak is a bum. Dak shouldn't be throwing the ball. He shouldn't be here. He need to go back to coaching college. He need to go to Jackson State and be the college coach there since Dion left. I was like, I'm hearing all this nonsense. Now I go back and watch the game, and I'm like, well, if you up 3 scores in the third quarter, why are you still passing the ball? You have 2 running backs that can obviously run the ball. They were averaging almost over 5 yards a carry each. There's just times where you could just hand the ball off and milk the clock. Tick, 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 tick. Even if you don't get a first down, just milk the clock. Because at the end of the day, your defense can come back out there and probably make something happen. 3 and out, you get the ball back, do the same thing over again. It's a time game. It's chess. But at the end of the day, Kellen Moore wants to show everyone that he's the next Kyle Shanahan or whoever he thinks he is in his head. It's just like, we're going to throw the ball. If the whole world tells you, and matter of fact, there's one thing that somebody might throw out there. Dak can't throw over 30, literally at 30. The 30 mark stopped right there. No, with that first half, no interception. Soon as that little, it's like the pumpkin. And I always talk about Cinderella, the pumpkin, boom, pick from the right side, arm gets hit, it's still a pick. You shouldn't have thrown it. Sometimes you just gotta take a sack, or sometimes just run. Like I'd rather you run and get tripped up. It is what it is. The defense didn't even show up. Michael Parsons got 1 sack, but I mean he's been MIA for like the last 3 weeks. Like you can't be out here saying you the defensive player of the year or you coming for that and you go missing. At the end of the day, the only time defensive players of the year go missing in my book is when they're injured, and he hasn't been hurt. Or maybe he's dealing with something, but that's no excuse. Once you walk on that field, you're healthy to us, so you need to show up. Our secondary is taking a lot of bangs. I know you all say Anthony Brown is not a good cornerback, but at the end of the day, what's good ain't got to be great. Because once he gone,
it's worse.
It's your fate. Like, we're done on that side.
For real.
But I'm going to let you – I got so much more to say, and I know we got this topic coming back, but I'm going to just let you all take the floor, man, because just go ahead, man.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, hey, Coach, appreciate you for naming my man Bosa. I mean, let the people know who's going to be the defensive player of the year. But he, by the way, he should have 16.5 sacks if it wasn't for the refs calling that BS call against the Seahawks.
We are going to get fined.
I don't work for them. I can say what the heck I want about whatever I want about these refs. So hey, somebody got to hold them accountable. They need to be getting fined too. So
that's a fact. Especially by
yeah, defense didn't show up this game. And definitely Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, you're up 21-7 at halftime. Run the ball with Zeke and Pollard, and you can win the game. It's not like the Jaguars got a top 10 rush defense or a top 10 defense, period. Just run the ball against them. Run the ball, put the clock down, and at least put some more points on the board. I mean, you did put up 34 points, but you allowed 40. You allowed 33 points in the second half. Like, second half of overtime, you allow 33 points. That's not good, man. That's not you putting your defense at risk by having your quarterback go out there and throw the ball when you're up big. You don't need to do that. And take a look at certain teams when they're winning. Other than the Chiefs, because the Chiefs defense doesn't always help them out much, but when they're up big, they run the ball. Even with Isaiah Pacheco, he's a rookie, but they run the ball with him. Just run the ball. I mean, the Broncos got no choice but to run the ball because Russell Wilson ain't really doing too much this year. But when you're up big, run the ball. I mean, what better chance do you have to win? And then it's the Jaguars. You got the Eagles next week, so you don't want to have a down game and then go play the Eagles, who's been on a high. Like the only game they lost was against the Commanders,
who ran the ball
49 times. And then what the Eagles do after that? They ran the ball 50 times. So they're letting you know, run the ball. Run the ball. That's all you got to do. Just Kellen Moore, I don't know who you think you are. You're not Andy Reid. You're not Kyle Shanahan.
Preach.
You're not Josh McDaniels when he was in New England.
Preach.
Just be yourself. Matter of fact, figure out who you are first.
Love passing.
Figure out who you are first. Stop throwing the ball so much because that's not what your team needs. Dak wins games when you run the ball. Just stick to it. Now, I'm happy because the Cowboys lost because I'm a Niners fan. So I really don't want them to win, but I at least want them to just be smart. Be smart.
Kellen Moore, keep doing what you're doing. But look, Kellen Moore, he is like a this is no knock on anybody who has an addiction or something, but he's addicted to throwing the ball. He really is. He really is. Like, I saw an interview. He talked about that. Like, he craves to throw the ball.
He said it.
Which is crazy. I'm like, that dude, this is real stuff. Yeah, this is real stuff. But look, I can't let Dak off the hook right here, Tomo. Now look, now granted, y'all did throw the ball. Y'all had in the first when y'all built up your lead, y'all had 25 rushing plays, 22 pass plays, and a lot of those pass plays came. 4 of those pass plays came when that last drive before the half. So y'all was run heavy, right? But then y'all come out after they just score on y'all like that, put it to a 2-score lead. 2-score game, and no, 1-score game. Mm-hmm. And 2-score game, and y'all start with a pass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So but look, Dak Prescott, he got sacked right on that first play. In the second play, he threw an interception. I mean, I know Kellen Moore called the play, but God, Dak. You remember what happened last week against the Texans? He threw a pick in your own territory. Sometimes you gotta not put the ball in harm's way. Now, Kellen Moore is wrong for popping over pass plays, but your quarterback got to be more responsible. Because if that was Taylor Heineke, I would feel the same way. But we say Dak is a top 10 quarterback if he's on the front end or back end. So if he's top 10, he can't be making those mistakes. Because I think that was the turning point of the whole game. That was a turning point. Because once that happened, they gained all the momentum after that. So another thing y'all need to blame. Y'all defense. What the world is going on? Now I understand y'all cornerback is out. Michael Parsons, MIA. He got that one sack. I ain't heard from him for the rest of the game.
Nope.
For the rest of the game. Literally. Look, when I was rewatching the game, I was going to ask you, did I miss something? Did he get hurt? I'm dead serious. I'm about to text you that. I'm about to say, did Michael Parsons get hurt? And then I saw him. I was like, okay, he's still there. So why are we still calling this dude what they call Lawrence Taylor? Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it. All right? So it's like when they said Joel Embiid and James Harden is the next Kobe and Shaq. Stop it! All right, stop it. So I'm going to say bad loss for y'all, which I love. You know, you my man, Tomo, but I'm at the end of the day, I want the Cowboys.
It's
all right, at the end of the day, all right. So Cowboys folded in December per usual. No, that's true though. Y'all have an issue. All right, start all the way back with Tony Romo, but. That's all I gotta say with y'all. I'm not gonna say too much. Like I said, we're gonna circle around about this. But Dak, you can't do that, man. I'm sorry. And Kellen Moore, you know your quarterback. Just run the ball. God the heck, like y'all was running the ball. Like you said, average like 6 yards a carry. Come on, run the ball. That's all I gotta say about that.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.